Hello there, and I am Infernal Bricks. Of course, welcome to another podcast, my Jedi and Sith friends. Yeah. Of course, this is a little bit different than previous podcasts because, of course, instead of seeing just a random minifigure standing in the background, one of which I kind of hit earlier, yeah, instead of doing that, we've got some Battlefront 2 gameplay instead, which will probably be a little bit more entertaining to watch. But our main topics today are, of course, some news about Creator, Star Wars, etc. in terms of LEGO sets, as well as the Skywalker saga, Pirates of the Caribbean, which of course I've been watching recently, as well as a lot of other stuff, including the last update for Battlefront 2 and some updates to do with Jedi Fallen Order. Anyways, first thing here, updates for, well, not updates, new sets have been revealed for Star Wars. Of course, we have the 8080, which is being released August 1st. It looks incredible. It looks a little bit taller than the 2014 version. It also includes lots of compartments where, of course, you can fit two 8080 drivers in the front cockpit, as well as general rears at the back. The main center compartment itself, you can fit all of your troops. You can fit a speeder bike, which is really nice. Which, of course, we can't see in the previous versions, but of course, this one has it. You also have the feature of Luke Skywalker on like a type of winch, where of course he can throw his thermal detonator up onto the 8080, and he of course destroys it. Things for Creator, we have of course the pirate ship with beautiful looking brick built sails instead of like the fabric ones. I think it's a really nice improvement. Of course, they use like those space shuttle kind of panel designs for the bottom of the sails. You also have the skull and crossbones on the front sail, which looks incredible. The actual build for the ship looks also incredible. The nice shaping of the hull of the boat is really nice, and then of course the back cabin type of thing looks quite nice. Hopefully it does have an interior like a bed or like some sort of captain quarters or something like that. And there's also a couple of things below deck. Unfortunately, with that thing is that it looks as if to be like a small, like a hole in the center of it, which is kind of a little bit annoying because I prefer it to be a little bit closed up. But overall, it looks good. The second build for that is of course a Skull Island, which also looks quite nice with the type of skull kind of look for the actual rock face itself. And then you have the inn, which is also quite nice, kind of a little bit more towards Bakura Bay a bit. I probably butchered that name there, but who cares? This is a podcast, unscripted, blah blah. I don't think anyone really cares. But stuff with Ninjago, a couple of new spinners with a couple of new pieces, which actually look quite cool. My favourite of them is probably Lloyd for the minifigure of Energy Lloyd. All these spinner minifigures include energy versions of the ninja. You also have a Dungeon and Dragons type of game thing where you can of course get all the sets and attach them into one big game. And it looks as if one of the spinners has like some sort of die, so of course you would spin that. And then whatever number you get on it, you can obviously move your minifigure one or two places, which is an interesting concept. Not really my type of thing, but you know, it could be some things. And then you have a couple of legacy sets like Kai's fighter jet, which actually looks quite cool with updated minifigures, etc. And then the Destiny's Bounty, which is of course the crown and jewels of the legacy wave this time. It looks beautiful. The thing with the sails, I'm pretty sure they are the felt or the plastic material, which could have been a little bit better in terms of brick built design, similar to what we see for the actual pirate ship. And then we have stuff like the hidden side sets with a big massive castle one, and then for some reason there's a fire truck with some sort of Slenderman guy, which actually looks quite cool. It's not necessarily my type of thing in terms of fire engines, but I really like the castle as well as the Slenderman guy. The castle includes some interesting minifigures as well. It's got like some sort of observatory on the top, and then you of course have some sort of courtyard. And then For Jurassic World, we have a couple of sets, including another Jurassic World specific set, as in based on the film. We have the Indoraptor and no, not the Indoraptor, the Indominus Rex and the Gyrosphere escape set, which looks incredible. Of course, it includes the Indominus Rex as well as the Ankylosaurus. Gyrosphere kind of ride looks cool. It has, of course, the Gyrosphere and then a couple of rails, etc. But yeah, that's going to be it for the news. So, second topic here, we have, of course, the Pirates of the Caribbean. Now, if you didn't know, I've actually been watching Pirates of the Caribbean recently. All thanks to Ryan or Emerald Productions, because he kind of inspired me to kind of watch it. But before that, I was kind of looking at it on Disney Plus, etc. And I just thought to decide to watch it. And of course, that's me now on the 5th film after watching each film twice for some reason. I think that's going to be my second time watching the 5th film, which of course I'm going to be watching after this podcast. But the stuff about Pirates of the Caribbean, of course I love the character of Captain Jack Sparrow. He's absolutely hilarious and constantly drunk, and you know, he's just that character who would just kind of keep the fans nice and up to date with things. And then all the action scenes with Davy Jones and William Turner and Elizabeth Swann, etc. All really nice. I got to say, the worst film of the whole lot is, of course, the last one, which is Salazar's Revenge, also known as Dead Men Tell No Tales. You know, it just doesn't have quite the same Jack Sparrow as the previous films, but it's still quite a good film. And then, of course, with the new stuff to do with Pirates of the Caribbean, I went ahead and decided to go and buy a Lego set based off of it. I think it's like a £10 set originally, but I managed to get it for £15. Just still a bit above because of inflation, but it includes minifigures like Jack Sparrow and then 2 other type of piratey minifigures. But I'm pretty sure it's based off of the Unchained Chides film, which is not necessarily the best film, but I'm mostly after it for the minifigures. But moving on to the third topic here. Unfortunately, the Clone Wars ended. Thing about the final, I'm not going to spoil anything on here, but a couple of heartstrings may be pulled in the very last episode, and that's all I'm going to say about it. The end. Although, I will say it is one of the best seasons you will ever see for the Clone Wars, especially for the Siege of Mandalore arc. So, moving on to the next topic, we have, of course, a bit of sad news here. Battlefront 2 recently received its last update. So, yeah, as you can see, it included things like the original trilogy to Capital Supremacy, Scarif, previously seen in the 2015 version, as well as a couple of things like Beach Troopers and Darth Maul skin and a couple of other skins as well. But think about the Maul skin. It takes over 5,000 kills just to get that one skin as Darth Maul, which is absolutely insane. I know a couple of people have done it, but you know, I don't think anybody's really going to be after that, because you know, we all have lives and we don't play on our Xboxes all day unless you're stuck in quarantine. But of course, there has been a fan outcry saying save Battlefront 2. Of course, I'm part of that myself. I kind of do want Battlefront to receive more updates, etc. They have said that they will make another update, fixing all the issues with the last update, like bug fixes, etc. I heard a rumour saying that they actually kind of regret not including characters like Ahsoka into the game because of the recent hype with Clone Wars Season 7. But yeah, that would be quite cool to have. But yeah guys, that's going to be it for this short podcast. Of course, if you do like the content you see here, please comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.